What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. I'm going to be doing my full review for the Vosteed Mini Nightshade. Let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to go through some size comparisons. We're going to do profile comparison. We'll give a weight on this bad boy. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into my thoughts and impressions. So let's go ahead and kick off the size comparisons. We're going to do that first with the Devo Pony Stout. I thought this would be a really good comparison because they're both sub 3-inch knives. And I think a lot of people took advantage and picked up this bad boy at that price point. Sweet little knife for the money, and it is a White Mountain Knives exclusive. Discount code JD4EDC, and that link is down in the description for you. Next up, we're going to bring out the Syncut Serene. This is a large knife, and it really does help you if you like full size or medium size even, really be able to relate to the size of that knife. Let me go ahead and get the Pony Stout out of the way, and we'll go ahead and bring out the Benchmade Bug Out, which is a medium size knife, so a little bit bigger, but not quite as big as the full-size Serene on the screen just now. We'll go ahead and bring out the ProTech Mordax, another full-size knife to help you for the size of reference, but it's pretty much about the same size as that Vosteed, have mercy, that Serene from Syncut. We're going to go ahead and bring out another small knife comparison. This one is a sub 3-inch Para 3, and you can see they both have kind of a downward shape, and that's really for trapping material, but we'll jump into that in just 1 second. Let me go ahead and move the Mordax out of the way. We're going to go ahead and bring out one of my more recent favorite acquisitions, and that's going to be the Quiet Carry Drift LC. This is their full-size variant, and it is perfect for me. All right, that's it for the comparisons for knife size. Let's do quick profile comparisons because there are contoured scales on here, and I think that might help a little bit for anyone that's wondering how this is going to ride in pocket and how it'll feel ergonomically. As you can see, with the Applied Weapon Tech scales, about the same thickness as the Para 3, maybe just a little bit thinner. We'll bring out the Pony Stout here as well. The Pony Stout has very slight contouring, and as you can see, the Nightshade with that contouring, very, very similar. I might have to work on doing something with the saturation up here and this lighting. It's a little bit different. I pulled back on the lighting a little bit because it used to be so bright that you couldn't make the details out on the blade and handle material and stuff like that, and I think this lighting's a little bit better, but it could be I'm at a slight angle, and it could be that's part of what my problem is that I'm at an angle, so it looks really bad. Coming in at under 2 ounces, that is going to beat out the Para 3, which is 2.3 with the Applied Weapon Tech scales, 2.8 with the titanium scales on that Bug Out, and then the Pony Stout coming in at 3 ounces. So this is coming in at under 2 ounces, really lightweight. This is a great fifth pocket carry, pouch boy carry, drop it in the pocket as a companion carry type knife. The beautiful thing here is they gave you a crossbar lock on this one, and they did a very good job. So not only is it a very strong locking mechanism, but it'll take a lot of abuse. You got beautiful G10 scales on here that are done really well. They almost look like a carbon fiber to me. And if you give me just 1 second, I'm gonna pause. Okay, y'all let me know in the comments. It does cause the blade to really reflect the lighting, but I think because it is a dark background and it's a dark knife, that really does help with being able to see the handle material, the details on the knife. You got this red aluminum backspacer that has been coated, as well as the thumb studs that have been coated, and I think they're aluminum. Let me check. Could be steel. No, they're definitely aluminum. Yep, definitely aluminum. Not picking up at all. Sorry, that's really loud. Again, a little bit of adjustment. I think this is only my third video on the new setup, and it may take me a minute to get it all dialed and toned and everything. The crossbar lock studs actually quite surprisingly good. Now, if you fidget with it a bunch, I imagine regardless of your hand size, the pokiness of the smaller hardware is going to take its toll on you. Eventually, it's going to, annoy or agitate or irritate the thumb and the finger when you're pulling back on the crossbar lock. But the action's really good. It does take a second to get used to it, because if you have like a bug out and you put the heavier springs on there, you see I didn't get it close. You have to put a little bit more momentum for these to get it past that break point on the close. Even if you have it dialed, you still have to kind of get it past that break point, because it starts to meet the resistance, because it's making a little bit more contact with the crossbar as it closes. You don't really have that with this one because it's on bearings. So it has the I can't really get you the angle that I want, but it has that real smooth action while still being able to be locked up solid, no up and down play, no side to side play. Cutting tasks with this are really nice. It has a very semi-crowned spine here, so it is knocked down on the edges. It's not sharp at all. Super tall flat grind and very thin and slicey. I mean, this thing just moves the material. It traps it, it pulls it in, and I really like that. Even when you're trying to open packages and do detailed work out on the tip, you see that aggressive angle. It's like headbutting or leaning into the cutting task, so it actually works really well. And I could see why a lot of people are saying they like the full-size nightshade for EDC, for cutting tasks, because it's going to work really well. And they didn't skimp. I know it's not 154 cm, but they did give you 14C28N. Again, they did the coating on the aluminum backspacer and thumb studs. And I know aluminum can scratch, but you really have to dig into it to do that. Like, this was a sharp edge of a tool that hit the coating on both sides of the scale. I chipped it here and scratched it there, but it holds up well. Like, it'll show the scratches, but it's still tough and it's still strong. So I can understand why they used that here, and it gave them the flexibility to do a little bit of different colors on here. They did a good job with the pocket clip too, even though it is small. They did a nice job with the pocket clip and getting sure that that gets into that fifth pocket nice and deep. And if you live in an area where there are 3-inch laws and this one appeals to you, it's going to be good in the regular pocket. It's going to go in there just fine. It'll also go into the pouch well, which is, again, another reason that I really like this. Currently, I have 2 pouches, and I am rocking a pair of TACCOM knives in each one of those. I have the TK Pro Mini with the Wharncliffe in one, and then I have the stubby in the other. So this one is just going to share duties with the stubby. It'll rotate in and out of that one. The stubby, I think both of those have 154 cm, so a slight upgrade in steel, but this one is definitely the better cutter over the stubby, which is why I rotate this one in and out. I really do like it a lot, and it takes up very minimal space, even though it looks a little odd when open. It's very minimal space is occupied for here. And again, I really like this one for companion carry. It's very cool looking, has a very unique blade shape to it that I really like and have enjoyed. It seems as though Vosteed is doing a good job on their 14C28N. You know, all I've been doing is opening packages, cutting through tape, things like that. I'm not using this to break down boxes. Now let's talk about the ergos on this. This thing is locked into those 3 fingers so well, and I can wrap the pinky on the back, but the truth is I fall off a little bit on the back. Now I can choke up just a little bit to get up here a little bit more, and it does allow me to get onto the very tail end of the handle, so I can get a grip on there. But really, for opening stuff, tape, cutting tape, getting into boxes, this is great, especially if you want to choke up with the 3 fingers and then put the index finger out there on the tip. You got a lot of control. You're going to be able to do pull cuts. You're going to be able to do draw cuts. Everything is going to work really nice on this. They, even with the crossbar lock, went ahead and made it a reversible deep carry pocket clip. So this one is totally ambidextrous, going to work for those lefties out there really nicely. You can even get a good thumb flick out of this one here. Sorry, I'm not predominantly left-handed, and I don't have the pocket clip there to really kind of help keep that in line when I go to do that reverse flick. So like when I go over here with the reverse flick, the pocket clip is kind of grabbing onto the pinky there, so I can really rip it with the right hand with that pocket clip helping. I like the G10 on here. It's nice and smooth. There's no jimping, milling, or anything on there, so it gives it that carbon fiber type feel. That's really, really nice. Haven't taken this one apart, or actually, yes, I did. I took this one apart. I was able to adjust or look at the springs on here, and just like the Kaiser, you have adjustment points. It's at the second from the end. I honestly don't think I would go any stronger than that, because I feel like this is in a really good spot and it works really well. Great tension. It's not coming out no matter how hard. I can feel it do a little like hesitation, but I can't get this one to fly out. So I feel like it's locked in there pretty well. And I think the resistance on the crossbar lock is going to be as much as I would want for such small crossbar locks on here. It's just a lot of resistance, and it, again, as you fidget with it, the more you fidget with it, the more it's going to kind of irritate and make indentions and stuff in your finger and your thumb. So I don't think I would go any further, because I think it would, unless you got really strong fingers and hands, like stubby hands that are more muscular, and you do like construction, things like that with your hands, where you're going to have that really good hand strength, you might not even care. I do work on cars and stuff and yard work and things like that, but I'm certainly far from a construction worker. So for me, it's going to be a little bit different. So I like right where it's at. Plus, I think the action's good. I feel like the resistance is good. And, you know, after I fidget with it for a second, I know exactly where I'm at with this one. So really cool knife. I would say my alternative recommendation, I had it out here earlier. If you don't like the way the nightshade looks, get yourself a pony style. I can't believe they're still in stock. And I hope that they bring them back. If they performed well and sold well, I hope that Lefty brings them back and does different variants, sort of like what he did with the Mash, I think it was. Yeah, the Mash he brought back with some slight revisions, did some different colorways, so it made it a little bit different for those that wanted to get on later or didn't find out about it till later. This is going to be a great option. If you want a button lock, I don't have mine with me, but I would say the Cubit. That thing is done fantastic, and it has a bottle opener, so it's a multi-tool, which is great. Let me know what you think about the nightshade altogether in the comments below, and of course, what you're thinking about this particular variant here. Do you like it? Is it cool? Would you throw it in your fifth pocket or your pouch? Is it pass? You're not interested in it? I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear that feedback from you guys and what you're thinking about something that I'm checking out on the channel. I hope you enjoyed this one. I want to give a shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, the comments, and is subscribed. I appreciate all the support, and I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.